You're watching CNET, the digital domain.
It's your brain, and we'll show you how to use it to control your machine.
Delivering data to desktop or set-top, we'll take an inside look at the latest in DVDs.
Football games, that is. Our own John C. Dvorak reviews the hottest in desktop gridiron action.
Plus, we'll test out the next generation of web phones and explain the differences in video monitors.
And the latest troubles to hit America Online, and a look at the coolest music sites on this week's Best of the Web. Right now on CNET Central.
Now, from the #1 on-air and online information source for the digital age, this is CNET Central.
Hi, I'm Richard Hart.
And I'm Gina St. John. Welcome to CNET Central.
In the 25-odd years since the first computer mouse was created, it seems everyone has tried to build a better mouse device.
Trackballs, joysticks, even foot pedals are all used to transmit commands from the brain to machine. But what if nothing more than a mere thought could move a cursor or scroll a page?
Legend has it that Albert Einstein said we use only 10% of our brain. Well, a company called The Other 90% has figured out a way to harness the extra brain power to control your computer. Someday this technology could be used to choose your own ending to a movie or help the disabled do basic chores around the house. Go ahead, think this bowling ball down the lane. Think strike, and it just might happen.
Mind drive is the first step toward beginning to use the other 90% of our brains.
This is Mind Drive. The creators say it's the first computer product operated by human thought. It reads those thoughts with a small sensor that fits on your finger.
And in your finger is a composite of neural activity. In addition, your heartbeat is there, and your blood pulse volume, and your temperature is there. Well, we have found a way to decipher all those signals.
Ron Gordon has spent 7 years researching and developing Mind Drive. The sensor sends bioelectric signals to an interface that plugs into any PC. Right now, the device helps you run computer games by thinking left brain or right brain. Someday, you might get to think your own ending to movies. Miramax Films has licensed the technology.
We're going to branch out into an area of film nobody else has tried, which is to say a true interactive film. And a film not only that's interactive, but that works off of your thoughts. You're tense, your character doesn't get over the bridge. You use your left brain, you're going to get around that corner. You relax a little bit, you escape detection in that spy thriller.
Miramax plans to have a short film on its website by the first part of 1997. Eventually, you'll find interactive films on Laserdisc and in theaters. Then you can decide whether Jackie Chan ought to hit 'em high or hit 'em low.
In a Mind Drive movie, the filmmaker will still determine the path, but there might be 7 or 8 different paths, and depending on your state of mind the day when you watch it, you'll go down a different path.
The sensor operates sort of like a lie detector. The game Fib is a fun way to check out how it works. You choose an object, then lie about what you picked.
What about the football?
No.
Did you pick the baseball?
No.
The meter at the bottom of the screen usually gives you away.
Did you pick the basketball?
No.
You picked the basketball?
Yeah.
One day, this technology could be much more than just fun and games. It also might be used to help people with disabilities.
Easter Seals wants to take the technology further to possibly use it for operating computers, controlling functions in the home, operating wheelchairs, and we'll be working with them toward that.
Gordon admits the technology must be perfect before it can be used for wheelchair control. Right now, it's still an entertainment product where mistakes don't matter much. But if Ron Gordon's dream became a reality, who knows what is possible?
If everything we've accomplished on this planet comes from 10% of our brain, imagine what would be possible if we had another 5%.
The Mind Drive hardware sells for about $140, and the software titles will cost you from $25 to $40. If you want to find out more about the technology behind all this, point your web browser to www.other90.com.
The way you store information on your computer and watch movies on TV may be changing soon, all because of a new technology that is poised to take the electronics world by storm. Reporter Sreenivasan is here with more. Hi, Hari.
Howdy. Now, this looks like a CD and acts like a CD, but these days that doesn't mean it is one. These are DVDs, digital versatile discs, or digital video discs, a new medium for storage that can hold tons more information than the CD and the CD-ROM. Let's put this all in perspective. CD-ROMs today can hold up to 650 megabytes of information. That's about 500 floppy disks worth of words, sounds, and pictures. But the first generation of DVD-ROMs will be able to hold 4.7 gigabytes. That's equal to more than 7 CD-ROMs or more than 4,000 floppy disks worth of stuff. How is this possible? Well, the data on CDs and CD-ROMs is stored in tiny pits on the disc that we can't see with the naked eye. DVD technology uses smaller pits in more closely spaced tracks and better lasers to read this tightly bunched information. You'll see the first differences in programs like this phone book software that contains every registered phone number in the United States. It uses 6 CD-ROMs to store all that information, but all of that stuff would fit on one single DVD, with room to spare for Puerto Rico. You'll need a special DVD-ROM player for your computer to run these new discs, but they'll also run all your existing CD-ROMs and CDs. The storage gains are even more significant when it comes to multimedia information.
With today's CD-ROM, most video is small in size and it's herky-jerky on the screen. It's not smooth at all because video takes enormous storage capacity. But with a DVD disc, you'll get full screen, full motion video with Dolby surround sound stereo quality.
Which means a DVD may also play a significant role in what many see as the ultimate convergence of television and computer. The new discs promise better audio and video quality than today's VHS and laser discs in a more convenient format, i.e. they're smaller and you don't have to get up and flip them so often. They'll also be designed to take advantage of new high-definition TV capabilities. If this does become the video storage medium of the future, that means scanning for your favorite videos may start looking more like a trip to today's record stores.
20 years ago, these aisles would have been full of LPs. 10 years ago, full of cassette tapes. Now, the LPs and cassettes are in a pretty small portion of the store. Will the DVD do to video what CDs have done to music?
Over time, clearly it has its benefits over VHS. Clearly the consumer electronics companies really want it to succeed. So it's probably going to happen. The question is when.
The technology is scheduled to keep improving. There are already plans for double-layered and double-sided DVDs which could hold up to 8.5 gigabytes worth of data.
So, Hari, when will we start seeing these DVDs in the stores?
Well, right now there's sort of a catch-22 situation. Software developers and movie studios won't start putting their products on DVD until enough people have the players. But the hardware companies won't mass manufacture the players until there are enough movies and software discs available.
Okay, now tell me about the prices on these.
Now, the DVD-ROM drive should be about $250 to $300. The DVDs for your entertainment system, they should be about $1,000. But as with most new technologies, prices will probably drop dramatically within about 6 to 8 months.
Well, we hope you do. Thank you so much. Don't go away, because when we come back, the world's largest online service finds itself in hot water with subscribers. And get your football fix during the off-season. It's our pigskin preview of the latest Gridiron games.
It's time once again to bring you up to date on what's happening in the digital world. Here's what's making headlines. Recently relaunched Microsoft Network is pulling the plug on almost half its novel TV-type features. MSN says the programs were unable to attract sufficient advertising or hit rates. Among the axed shows is the game 15 Seconds of Fame, Web Soap 475 Madison, and history program Retrospect 360. They'll reportedly be replaced with 14 new shows by this summer. The network's also extending the length of its show season from 13 weeks to 20 or 26 weeks. MSN has 2 million subscribers, with shows covering topics from travel to women's issues to finance. MSN's competitor, America Online, is facing yet another lawsuit. This one not from subscribers, but from investors. A group is charging AOL with misrepresentation, filing false financial information, and insider trading. The suit claims that some AOL executives withheld company information in 1995 and 96 that would have deflated AOL's stock value. They're accused of then selling large percentages of their stock shares at the height of the market, knowing prices would soon drop. The suit alleges AOL's CEO, Steve Case, sold 76% of his stock in the cited period, netting $29 million. Meantime, AOL scrambling to make up recently lost dollars, partnering with communications company Telesave. That company will pay AOL upward of $100 million to market its cut-rate long-distance services exclusively to subscribers. Call rates should be less than 10 cents a minute with no limitations. This year's annual Spring Internet World descends upon the City of Angels this week, gathering the best and brightest minds that drive the information superhighway. Log on to cnet.com for extensive coverage. Catch reviews on cutting-edge net products and get the inside skinny on who's betting on the net for success in '97. After that, check into CNET's second annual Awards for Internet Excellence, highlighting the year's best web products from applications to games. Nominees are now online. Check in on Monday, March 10 for the top net technology. The future is arriving as video phones finally make their way to the market. You'll be able to reach out and watch someone with a variety of video phones from various competitors. C-Phone, Teleview, and 8x8's Via TV for starters. They're selling TV set-top boxes with a color camera and modem that connect to the TV, a phone, and a power outlet. The calls move over standard phone lines at the standard cost, and the person you're calling can be on any video phone. These models go for about $500. 8x8's also coming out with a high-tech Via TV telephone with screen that'll sell for about $700 and be on the market by summer. If you'd like any more information about these stories or to stay up to date on all the news in the digital world, make sure you visit cnetsnews.com. Gina?
Thanks, Richard. Super Bowl season is upon us, and we are here to get you all pumped up for the big game and to give you the football lowdown for the best games for your PC is our own muscle man who's going to be doing the quarterbacking for these reviews, John C. Dvorak.
Hi, Gina.
Hey there. Now, this one is called Madden NFL 97. What do you think of this?
Well, you know, this game comes out every year in different versions, and this may be the best one so far. Madden NFL 97 takes you deep with cutting-edge graphics, sound, and gameplay. Choose from 30 current NFL teams along with some oldies but goodies. Let's try the 78 Steelers versus the 89 Niners. All right, now you're ready to play. You can call over 500 plays. The star of the game is, of course, Madden.
Now this is where you learn how to move the ball.
If you like this guy, you're going to love this game. Throughout the disc, you'll find quality gameplay interspersed with Madden Mania. But if the sound of his voice makes you nauseous, there's a feature to turn him off. This game is as good as it gets, folks. This is a buy it. This is about as good as it gets with these kinds of simulations. It's at new heights of quality, and the graphics are spectacular.
All right, well, what about this one? This one is Monday Night Football, and I can already hear that theme song. By the way, is this as exciting as actual Monday Night Football?
Well, it's about as exciting as the worst game on Monday Night Football. This thing really stinks. Well, if so, stay away from this disc. Monday Night Football is rotten. Based on the popular long-running TV franchise, this disc is an arcade-style sports sim taking you into the world of pro football. Unfortunately, you'll find this disc heavy on hype and light on quality gameplay, which will definitely leave you wanting more action and less from your hosts Al, Dan, and Frank. But the biggest problem with this disc, it just isn't fun. My advice, if you see this disc in the store, boot it in the other direction. This is a skip it. It's worse than a New York Jets game.
Oh.
All they're doing is exploiting the Monday Night Football name.
Okay, well, our last one is called NFL Quarterback Club 97. It includes all the best quarterbacks in the NFL. What do you think of this one?
You know, this is actually a contender. Quarterback 97 brings you into the game of football with full force. From the action cam to the pass cam to the blimp cam, there are plenty of cam perspectives to choose from. And with over 800 plays, the game is never dull. You'll find plenty of fun features, including instant replays and player substitutions. You can take your team from preseason to the Super Bowl. But hands down, the best feature is the historic simulation. Go back in time and replay key moments in NFL history like Super Bowl I, Packers versus Chiefs, or last year's Super Bowl, Dallas and Pittsburgh. If you're a football fanatic and want some hard-hitting action, Quarterback Club 97 is the disc for you. This is a definite try it. If you like these kinds of games, I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this game, but people tend to buy one of these types of games, and the Madden game's the one to get.
Well, thanks a lot, John. Appreciate your reviews this week. And if you'd like some more sports action, don't forget to visit CNET's Game Center online. You will find all the game reviews, tips, tricks, downloads, and demos, all from CNET.
Stay with us because just ahead, we check out the latest in web phones and put them to the CNET test, and surf to some of the hottest tunes on the net in this week's Best of the Web.
Keeping you up to date in this digital world is our job here at CNET Central, and that includes answering some of your most frequently asked questions or facts. And here with some of the answers is our own Sofie Formica.
Thanks, Gina. Well, even something as seemingly similar as video monitors can cause confusion, and that's the subject of this week's Fact File. Scott Billings of Iowa asks, what's the difference between a TV and a computer monitor, and why does a computer monitor cost 3 times as much as a same-size TV? Well, Scott, the main difference between the two is resolution, that is the quality of the image displayed. Resolution is measured in pixels, the tiny little dots that make up the overall image on your screen, and you can actually see them if you get up real close. Now, because computer monitors have to display very small bits of text and graphics, they generally have double the dots of similar sized televisions. Another difference is the way in which the image is actually built or thrown up onto the screen. Computer monitors paint the image line by line, producing a more stable, less jittery picture than the method used by TVs. Computer monitors will deliver a better picture, but as you pointed out, it's going to cost you. Now, it is possible to use your TV as a computer monitor, like with web TVs, say, but be prepared for fuzzy pictures, washed out colours and big fonts. Now, if you're confused about any of the terms or technologies we feature here on CNET Central, we want to help. So send your questions to the Fact File at cnet.com or through regular snail mail to the Fact File at 150 Chestnut Street, San Francisco, California, 94111.
And if you want to know more about monitors, head over to cnet.com. You'll also find those Fact File addresses and each week's question and answer.
Thanks, Gina. You know, we've been talking a lot lately about web TVs and TV PCs. Well, the telephone in the house has also been affected by the World Wide Web. Desmond Crisis is here from CNET Labs with the newest kind of future phone. Now, this is connected to the internet, right?
Yeah, it sure is. It runs Windows CE. It's the first telephone that does that. It's from Navitel, and it's called the Touch Phone.
And it has how much memory?
It's a telephone with 12 megs of memory in it.
Now, see, if you use a form of Windows and 12 megs, that's a computer, not a phone to me. But go ahead, show me what it'll do as a phone.
Okay, well, as a phone, it actually has a voicemail capability that digitally records the messages people leave you. And since it also can receive email, it can collate all of those into a message center here.
So you get email messages
This is Bob Smith over at Joe's Garage.
and voicemail messages on the same thing.
And to respond to your email messages, it comes with a keyboard.
And it also has a feature that's very PointCast-like, where you get news, stock quotes, and sports
That's right.
scores.
Here's a weather map, and it's done very much like PointCast. When you're not using the socket that you have to the internet, it pulls this information down for you.
World Wide Web browser, a real browser.
It sure does. It has the Pocket Internet Explorer, which is written for this type of a platform, but it really is a full-blast Internet Explorer.
Now, I'll go to CNET's page here with a front door with a regular computer with a color monitor, and as you can see here, it's pretty faithful except for the color.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
can print with this?
Yeah, you actually can. It has a port on the back so that you can hook this up to many other devices, as well as a PC card that really has unlimited expandability.
All right, how much and when can I get one?
It's actually going to be available second quarter of this year, and it's the top-end version is going to be right around $425 street price. The lower-end version, a little bit slower modem, not quite the full-blast browser, $299.
Well, if you had one of these, you could go right to your phone and get more information at cnet.com on the World Wide Web. Des, thanks again.
Thank you.
Let's check out Navitel's site. Okay.
The Best of the Web is brought to you by MCI One. Life just got simpler.
Attention all you webheads, deadheads, and all-around music maniacs. Wax up your boards and load up the woody because we're going on a surfing safari. We've got some sights that'll get your body rocking and feet stomping in this week's Best of the Web. It's time to get on the bus and go trucking with the Grateful Dead. Go on and cruise the wonders and nature of this website. Find out what Bobby, Phil, Mickey, Vince, and Bill have been up to since the passing of their fearless leader. There's new album info, live concert updates, and chat rooms. With the hundreds of websites devoted to these rock legends, you might want to set your sights on this one for the official scoop on where the band is headed. But if the Grateful Dead doesn't fit your musical tastes, then head over to tunes.com for over 200,000 sounds from thousands of other artists. Choose from a variety of musical flavors, from jazz to reggae to rock to the avant-garde. It's easy. Just type in the artists, let's try the Stones. A discography will then pop up, and then click a sample from a list of songs. If you like what you hear, you can buy the CD right from the site. And do you have aspirations to be a rock and roll star? Well, if so, there's the Gibson Musical Instruments website for a few lessons. Visit the reference section for the latest in guitar tech, or check out the history section for a retrospective of their classic guitars. There's even an information guide for tips and tricks on tuning your Gibson instruments. All right, put down your guitar and start your stomping, because we're going to the Stomp website. Get the latest info on this hit musical, behind-the-scenes sounds, and of course, clips of the best stomping you've ever seen. For more Best of the Web, head over to our website at cnet.com, where this week we also check out Women in Rock. Now, if you're more inclined to playing games instead of playing music, you're not going to want to miss this. It's GameCenter.com's awards for the best of '96.
Join us tonight as we celebrate the very best the gaming world.
Broken into 9 categories, from action to role-playing, from strategy to sim, Game Center editors have culled the best of the best here. And don't miss the opening of the envelope for the ultimate prize, Game of the Year.
Now, besides the list of nominees and winners, the site also features full reviews and free downloadable demos.
Yeah, and even better yet, you'll find there a collection of tips and tricks and cheats and hacks to keep you at the top of any high-score list.
That's CNET Central for this week. Thanks for tuning in and logging on.
Thanks for joining us this week on CNET, the digital domain.